Hi, Sally Foley-Lewis here, and I want to share with you what my dogs have taught me about motivation. Now, I have 2 rescue dogs, and yes, I became one of those people and put my fur babies all over social media, so I am sorry about that. Now, these 2 dogs are rescue dogs, so we only have a certain amount of history about them, and it has taken a little while to get to know them. But at 5:32, almost every afternoon, the little one, the mini foxy terrier Rambo, name matches his attitude, it comes running up. If you're sitting down, he'll run up your lap and his tail's wagging crazy and he wants to lick your face and he wants to say, "Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? You've got to feed me. Don't forget to feed me." Whereas our other dog, Missie, who is actually demonstrating pretty much what she does really well. I don't know if you can see her there in the shadows there. At 5:32, she's doing that. Just chilling out, lying down, lying flat. Now, Rambo is totally driven by food. 99.9% of the time, it's about food for Rambo. 99.9% of the time for Missy, it's actually affection. She needs to be close. She needs to know you're near her, and she loves a good pat. Now, that doesn't mean that she doesn't like eating. Of course she does. And it doesn't mean that Rambo doesn't like affection, and he does like a cuddle. But the fact of their behaviours are consistent at certain times tells me what's motivating for them. And that gives me some really good reminders about productive leadership, particularly when it comes to people productivity and the motivation of your team and your colleagues. And so the key things there are, not all the same. We're not all motivated by the same things. And to take that a step further, what motivates one person one day isn't necessarily going to be the same thing to the same intensity of a motivation in the same context 6 months down the track. So that makes it really complex, which we're dealing with humans, so we're often complex, but it's a good insight to know to ask rather than assume and just checking in, because when we check in, we're engaging, and even just that simple act of just checking in is really valuable. And the other thing about motivation when it comes to our people is that we can look at a group of people and have some good insight into, what might motivate people. Generally, we could guess a couple of things that they'd all be fairly similar, but we will all be having them at different priorities at different times. So thank you to my dogs, Missie and Rambo, to remind me about motivators and how they're very different for all of us. And look, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are about motivating and motivation for you and your team. Thanks. Bye for now.